And why is this? I believe that this is due to the spring market kind of already happening in April. Most consumers had the mindset that they wanted to be in a property before the Bank of Canada actually started decreasing rates, because when that happens, rates drop, that puts upward pressure on the price of homes. So people thought, if I can still get a deal in the market right now, then let me start searching. What's going on right now? We're about to dive into the latest report offered by TREB, which stands for the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. Today's report will be based on May 2024 stats, and while the numbers were pretty tame this month, we saw very modest price growth across all asset classes. Most notable upticks occurred in semis and townhouses, which we'll go over, but there was some really big news which also dropped yesterday, and that news was arguably more important than TREB's report. The Bank of Canada finally did it. They dropped the overnight lending rate by 25 basis points to 4.75%. This was the first rate cut since 2020, and it's one that many Canadians were desperately hoping for. Experts are also forecasting that we should see 1 to 2 more quarter point cuts to finish off the year here in 2024, which would bring continued relief to those on adjustable variable rate mortgages and for those people looking to enter the market right now. My name is Trey, folks. I'm a realtor, and I love making educational content and videos to help people just like you make sense of the real estate market here in the city of Toronto and the greater Toronto area. So if you could see yourself making a move, even if it's 10 years away, feel free to give me a shout by using that first link down below and book an education call with me at a time that is convenient for you. Now, let's get back to inventory rates, home prices, sales, listings, new and active, and the Bank of Canada's rate decision and how that will impact people in the greater Toronto area and our real estate market. So starting off with how expensive homes were in Toronto specifically, detached properties sold for an average price of $1.826 million, which was just 0.22% more month over month when compared to April 2024. Semi-detached properties, those are next up, and they sold for 3.8% more than last month's data at an average price of $1.416 million. Townhouses are next, and those also came in at 3.38% higher than April 2024 numbers at an average price of $1.044 million. And condos, those are going to be last, and those were basically unchanged and sold for just 0.02% more month over month at an average selling price of $767,000. And why are things a little more tame in the market right now? It's due to buyers having more options. We can easily look at the number of active listings and the inventory rate to help us answer these questions. Active listings at the end of May 2024 sat at 21,760 units. This is a high number. What's crazy here too is that Toronto condos account for almost 27% of all active inventory. This includes detached homes, semis, and townhouses all throughout the GTA in areas like Durham, York Region, and Halton. I put out a video last week highlighting the opportunities in the Toronto real estate market right now, and the deals to be had obviously revolve around condos in this city. But the issue was that the available units were sold to investors at the time who didn't care about floor plans, parking, and the overall comfortability that an end user would appreciate. Those investors were just buying places to get high rents from a tenant who was willing to pay off their property. But now these are the units that are on the market right now, and they make up a big chunk of the 21,000. Switching gears to see how quickly properties in the city of Toronto were being absorbed. The inventory rate for the market as a whole sat at 3.1 months, which isn't bad and is actually entering a balanced market territory, which is good for buyers out there. If we further break down the inventory rate by asset class, since we know that the city of Toronto is made up into a bunch of different submarkets, you'll see that the detached market sat at 2.39 months of inventory. Semi sat at a shocking 1.47 months, so really tight in that market. Townhouses had 2.43 months of inventory, and condos rounded the list with a lot of opportunity, as I've said a lot of times, with 4.47 months of inventory in May 2024. The sales category was lacking a little bit when comparing this month's May data to May 2023. You'll notice that sales were down 21.7% compared to a year ago and down 1.3% on a month-over-month approach. And why is this? I believe that this is due to the spring market kind of already happening in April. Most consumers had the mindset that they wanted to be in a property before the Bank of Canada actually started decreasing rates, because when that happens, rates drop, that puts upward pressure on the price of homes. So people thought, if I can still get a deal in the market right now, then let me start searching. But with this being said, you also have a whole nother crop of people on the other side of the coin who were likely waiting for the Bank of Canada's rate announcement that happened yesterday on June 5th. The Bank of Canada shocked the world by finally dropping that overnight lending rate 25 basis points, as I had mentioned earlier in this video. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, what impact will this actually have on the market? To be honest, I think that it will relieve some pressure on those homeowners who are on that adjustable variable rate mortgage. As I said before, those people will see their payments decrease about $14 to $15 for every $100,000 of their mortgage. For example, if you have an outstanding mortgage of $700,000, you'll be paying approximately $105 less per month. The chances of your pre-approval changing if your letter is based on a fixed interest rate would be pretty slim. If you're someone who is home shopping, the very first step that you have to take is to get a pre-approval from your bank or a private mortgage broker. This letter will outline your purchasing power and will basically give you a number that you must stay below when buying. The fixed rate approval is tied to the bond market though, and will move in tandem with bond yields. And these move in anticipation of the Bank of Canada's interest rate change, which is why this recent news was likely already priced into your pre-approval letter if you got it done within the past couple of weeks. And I use this example since the fixed rate product is still the favorable option from what I'm seeing. A lot of people are choosing a shorter fixed term rate product over that 5-year. During March 2024, it was found that variable rate mortgages only accounted for 12% of all mortgage originations. Where do we go from here? I think that the next couple of months will be interesting. I feel like I say this point a lot, but it's true. With the recent rate cut, not much will really change from an affordability standpoint, but overall market sentiment will be more positive. There's no doubt about that. It is also common for June's numbers, the total sales and the prices, to be slightly down from May's data points. We will have to wait and see if consumer sentiment will cause things to change this time around. That's a wrap. Again, my name is Trey. I hope you found value in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to get outside and enjoy that weather and get some sun. If you have any questions, again, be sure to hit me up. Also, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed what you saw, that would be greatly appreciated. Remember to trust the process and to fall in love with your journey.